So let's look more at compound words. When you're using more than one word root, as in a compound word, use a combining vowel to separate these different roots. If two or more roots, there must be a vowel between the roots. And it does not matter what letter that second, third, fourth root begins with. It does not matter. If you are joining two or more roots together, there must be a vowel. So we need that vowel so we can glue or Velcro those word roots together. And we do that with the combining vowel. And we have to do it because the medical roots are just too hard to pronounce without a vowel between them. So let's look at some examples. Cardiomyopathy. Cardiomyopathy is made up of the combining form cardio, the combining form myo, and the suffix pathy. So in the combining form cardio, the root, the first root, is cardi. And then notice we have the letter O between cardi and my. So it has nothing to do with the combining form or root myo, starting with the consonant. Makes absolutely no difference. Now, the vowel that is separating myo from pathy, that does matter. When it comes to suffixes, you do need a vowel when the suffix begins with a consonant. And please, suffixes, consonants, vowels, that's the only time it matters. So in the compound word myoelectric, it's made up of the combining form myo with the combining form electro and the suffix ic. So in the combining form myo, its root is my, M-Y. The second root is elect. You can't even say it. So E-L-E-C-T-R. So we are joining those two roots together, and therefore we need a vowel. It does not matter what letter, vowel, or consonant that second, third, fourth root begins with. It does not matter. Now, joining electro to the suffix ic, the vowel O is not needed because the suffix ic begins with a suffix. So myo plus electro plus the suffix ic becomes myoelectric. So let's join the following word elements together. Hystero with salpingo with oophoro or oophoro, depending on how you choose to say it, and ectomy. So, do we need to keep or trash those combining vowels when joining these word elements together? So, keep or trash the vowels. So, when we're joining hystero and salpingo, we need an O between the root hyster, H-Y-S-T-E-R, the combining form hystero, and the root salping, S-A-L-P-I-N-G, from the combining form salpingo. We need that O to separate those two roots combining forms because they are roots combining forms. That O is needed not because salpingo begins with an S, but because we are joining two word roots, word roots or combining forms. So we need that vowel for Velcro and pronunciation. Now join salpingo and oophoro or oophoro. So again, the root salping, S-A-L-P-I-N-G, from the combining form salpingo, joining it to the root oophoro, O-O-P-H-O-R, or oophor. Again, we need that vowel, we need that combining vowel O, because we are joining two roots or combining vowels. Now, it does not matter that we are going to wind up with 3 O's in a row. It does not matter. Now we can make ourselves feel better by using a hyphen, but we have to keep that letter O to separate salpingo from oophoro, because we're joining roots to roots, combining forms to combining forms. Consonants, vowels makes no difference. Now let's join oophoro or oophoro and the suffix ectomy. And here we do drop oophoro's combining vowel O, because the suffix ectomy begins with a vowel. So how do we spell this thing? Putting it all together, hysterosalpingo oophorectomy, or hysterosalpingo oophorectomy. And I prefer the hyphen. It makes it easier to read. Just 3 O's in a row looks kind of goofy, but there is nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is perfectly correct. Now let's look at the rules for defining. When you're defining a simple medical word, and a simple medical word is a single root or combining form joined to a suffix. So when it's a simple medical word, define the suffix first, always. Always. And then read backwards. So define the following: carditis, cardiomegaly, cyanosis. So carditis, now don't let this trick you. Remember, as we've said in earlier parts of this chapter 1, in carditis, itis, we use the combining form cardi, not cardio, with the suffix itis. So in the word carditis, the root is card. Itis, you know, means inflammation. So suffix first, then the root combining form, definition. So carditis is literally inflammation of the heart. Cardiomegaly, now find the biggest suffix that still leaves a root, and the biggest suffix is megaly. So in cardiomegaly, the root is cardi, C-A-R-D-I. So definition, start with the suffix, enlargement of the heart. In cyanosis, the root is cyan, C-Y-A-N, and osis, you know, means condition. Cyano is blue. So literally a condition of blue, and we throw in that word being just to make it sound nicer in English. So literally a condition of blue is understood to be a condition of someone being blue. Now, if our medical word begins with the prefix, again, we've got it made in the shade. Define the suffix first, always, then jump to the front and define the prefix. And then read the roots or combining forms from left to right until you run out and run back into the suffix. So start with the suffix, jump to the prefix, keep reading until you run out. So let's define the following: intracardiac, hypoglycemia, pericardial, hyperhidrosis. So, intracardiac, the prefix is intra, the combining form used is cardio, the root cardi, and the suffix is ac. So ac means pertaining to, jump to the front, within, and then cardio, the heart. So suffix, prefix, root combining form until you run out of them. So pertaining to, within the heart. Hypoglycemia is made up of the prefix hypo, the combining form glyco, with the root glyc, G-L-Y-C, joined to the suffix emia. So emia means blood condition. Hypo, low, less than normal. And then glyco, instead of saying sweet, this time we'll say sugar. That definition makes more sense. So suffix, prefix, root combining form. So a blood condition of low or less than normal sugar. Pericardial, the prefix peri, the combining form cardio from the root cardi, and the suffix al. Al means pertaining to, peri is around or surrounding, and then cardio is heart. So suffix, prefix, combining form root, pertaining to, around the heart. Hyperhidrosis, the prefix hyper, the combining form hydro with its root hyd, H-I-D-R, can't even say it, with the suffix osis. Osis means condition of, hyper means excessive, more than normal, and hydro with an I means sweating. So not water or fluid, hydro with an I is sweating. So suffix, prefix, root combining form, condition of, excessive, more than normal, sweating. So when you're defining a medical word that identifies body parts and systems, we still define the suffix first, always. And then we define the organs in which they're studied in the body system. So what does that mean? It means ask yourself, are these other word elements organs in the same body system? Are these other roots combining forms, are they organs in the same body system? So let's look at cardiopulmonary, cardioarterial, hysterosalpingectomy, and nasopharyngitis. So cardiopulmonary, the combining form cardio, joined with the combining form pulmono, joined to the suffix -ary. So we have our roots, cardi and pulmon. And now ask yourself, are the heart and the lungs part of the same body system? Well, if you think small and just think cardiovascular, you would have said no. But it is generally accepted that the heart and lungs can be part of the same system, the cardiopulmonary. And so we would then define this suffix, jump to the first root combining form, go to the next one, keep going until we run back into the suffix. So pertaining to the heart and lungs. Cardioarterial, the combining form cardio with arterio plus the suffix al. You see the root is cardi and the root artery. Now ask yourself, are the heart and the arteries part of the same body system? The answer is yes, they're in the cardiovascular system. So suffix, jump to the first root, then to the second, and keep going until you run out. So pertaining to the heart and arteries. Hysterosalpingectomy, again G in front of an E is a soft G sound, a J sound. So here we've got two roots combining forms joined to the suffix ectomy. So hystero is the first combining form with its root hyster. Salpingo is the second combining form with its root salping. And are the uterus and fallopian tubes part of the same body system? And the answer is yes. Female reproductive system. So suffix, jump to the first word element, then to the next root combining form. So surgical excision of the uterus and fallopian tubes. Nasopharyngitis. Nasopharyngitis is the combination of naso and pharyngo and itis. Now some people would go pharyngo, and that's acceptable too. So the roots are nas, N-A-S, and pharyng, P-H-A-R-Y-N-G. Now let me make a little side note. This really should have been the combining form rhino, because rhino is used with word elements dealing with diseases, conditions, procedures related to the nose. But somehow along the way, that rule got laid aside for this instance, and they're using naso. So that's really not correct, but tradition has now made this what it is. So, nose and throat, are in the same body system? And it's yes, they're in the respiratory system. So, suffix, jump to the first root combining form, move on to the next one. So, inflammation of the nose and throat. So, to repeat, if you don't have a prefix, and it's not a simple medical word, look at the roots and ask yourself, are they in the same body system? If the answer is yes, read your roots from left to right. As an example, cardioarterial, pertaining to the heart and arteries. Hysterosalpingectomy, surgical removal, excision of the uterus and fallopian tubes. If there isn't a prefix and you look at the roots and they are not in the same body system, what in the world do you do? So, acro means extremities, dermato is skin, itis is inflammation. So, are the extremities, your hands, your feet, your arms and legs, and the skin part of the same body system? So the skin is part of the integumentary system. But the hands, feet, arms, and legs, those are anatomic sites. They are not part of the skin. So they are covered by skin, but they are not part of the integumentary system. So, no. And so the definition is inflammation of the skin of the extremities. Really chew on that one and meditate. Again, if no prefix, look at your roots. Are they in the same body system? So, onychomycosis. Onycho means nail. Myco means fungus. Osis is condition. So, are the nails and fungus organs in the same body system? Again, the nails are in the integumentary system, or in integumentary, if you like to give it that little British spin. So, are the nails and fungus organs in the same system? The answer is no. So, read 100% backwards. Condition of fungus, nails. Condition, fungus, nails. And now throw in whatever prepositions and other little bitty words to make it sound right in English. So, condition of fungus on the nails, or condition of fungus of the nails. As long as it's condition, fungus, nails, you'll be good. Now, don't forget to add these 3 words to your spelling list, and you do need to be able to define all your spelling words. So, benign, not malignant, syncope, fainting, ophthalmoscopy, process of viewing with a lighted instrument. In this case, we're looking at the eye. So be able to spell and define those. Now some questions to see if you've got the foundations. True or false? The word root is the basic ending of a word. True or false? False. The word root is the foundation. The suffix is the ending. Question. What generally needs to happen when a term has more than one word root? So we've got a compound word. Do we break it into 2 words? Do we hyphenate the 2 word roots? Do we need a combining vowel? Do we need a combining consonant? The answer is we need a combining vowel. We must join roots and roots, combining forms to combining forms, with a vowel. And that vowel will usually be the letter O, sometimes an I. In the term hypodermic, why is there no combining vowel before the suffix, which in this case is ic? A, the suffix begins with a consonant. B, the suffix begins with a vowel. C, there's already an O after the prefix. D, this is an exception to the rule. B, the suffix ic, already begins with a vowel, So no combining vowel is needed to join it to the word element in front. So vowels, consonants only matter with suffixes. True or false? The meaning of prefixes and suffixes never change, but both change the meaning of the word. Now really look at that. The meaning of prefixes and suffixes never changes, but both, meaning the prefixes and suffixes, change the meaning of the word. Is that true or false? The answer is true. So, for example, we have the prefix hyper, which means more than normal, etc., etc. Hyper always means the same thing. Hypo, less than normal, etc., etc. It always means the same thing. Glyco always means sugar sweet, and the suffix emia always means blood condition. So those 4 word elements always mean the same thing. But when we combine those word elements together, we change the meaning of the whole word. Now, when you have all 3 components of a term, that is root, suffix, and prefix, how do you define them? Do you start with the root, then the suffix, then the prefix? Do you define the prefix, then the root, then the suffix? The order doesn't matter. Or should we define the suffix, then the prefix, then the root? Hopefully you said the answer is D. Suffix, prefix, root. The suffix is always defined or read first. Now, if intra means within, and cardi means heart, and ac means pertaining to, what is the proper definition? Pertaining to within the heart, pertaining to the heart within, the heart pertains to within, or within the heart it is pertaining. So, pertaining to within the heart. So suffix pertaining to, prefix within, and then the root combining form, heart. Medical terms are not spelled just like they sound. That would be too easy. Now, which of these is an eponym? Small cell carcinoma, Parkinson's disease, German measles, Parkinson disease. This one is a kind of little tricky question. So small cell carcinoma, we know that is not named after a person in any way, shape, or form. So A is not the answer. Now, German is a nationality. It is not a person. I know that's not fair, is it? And James Parkinson is the one who discovered this particular condition of the nervous system. And so really, truly, B and D are correct. The difference would be how does your employer like to use their possessives? And again, unless it's medical transcription documents, most people do not care. So don't let that one trick you. German's a nationality. Eponyms are people.